Hi, my name's Cody. I'm the owner of Bear Claw Creative, and today we're going to be talking about why Jack Sparrow is ruining your marketing. Bear Claw Creative exists for one thing and one thing only. It's taking small brands and medium-sized brands and turning them into the fullness of what they could be. There are just so many brands out there trying to be somebody else. You don't have to be Nike, you don't have to be Apple, you don't have to be a billion-dollar company. Be the brand that you want to be. It's too often that I see smaller brands try to take on the big dogs, the billion-dollar companies, without the resources to actually do it. We find people that are actually going to interact with your brand, that actually want to buy from you over and over again. We connect with them on so many levels, whether it be through social media, through advertisement, through SEO, SEM, whatever it takes. We make sure that the brand that you want to be is showcased to the people who actually want to work with you. Now, before I continue my full spiel on why Jack Sparrow is ruining your marketing, I just want to talk quickly about the movies. If you haven't seen the movies, the Pirates of the Caribbean series, Jack Sparrow is one of the main characters, is actually the main character in every movie except for the first one. Now, the most successful movie out of all of the Pirates of the Caribbean was the first one. And there's a reason why. Jack Sparrow in the first movie is a lovable, bumbling, but intelligent ship captain. He is used as a tool to progress the story forward. The other two main characters are Will and Elizabeth, the love story that really is the driving force of the first movie. Now you have the bad guys, you have the good guys, you have these middle ground pirates who don't really serve bad or good, and you have Jack, and he is only there as comedic relief and to drive the story forward. He takes Elizabeth to where he believes Will would be. He takes Will to free Elizabeth in the very beginning, and he is only used as a tool. You can argue with me on this, it's fine, but he's a tool. He's only there as a tool. He's the most interesting tool, and actually in all of the movie, he's the most interesting character, which is why you can see why Disney switched to focusing on him. But you could honestly see, if you go ahead and watch the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth movie, I believe the sixth is coming out, they're not near as successful as far as storytelling is concerned, and it's because I believe they focus on Jack. And I'm not the only person who said this. This is a pretty common consensus across the internet. What does this have to do with your marketing, though? Well, if Jack Sparrow represents the main source of traffic to your website, then Elizabeth and Will probably represent other forms of traffic. I know I'm confusing you, so let's put a word to a name, right? So Jack is our direct and SEO. When we look at our Google Analytics sheet, we can see that our direct traffic and our SEO traffic is huge. And you could justify it in saying, well, obviously we're doing really good on all of our advertisements that have nothing to do with the internet, and we have great response on our SEO traffic. People are searching for us because we're ranking so well on SEO. Now, what's happened in the past for me at my full-time job is that we actually saw an increase in SEO, we saw an increase in direct, and we saw an increase in social media when we started posting more on social media. The way it was allocated was, man, we're doing really good on SEO. We should then focus more on SEO. Without an actual way to put a name or a dollar amount or even a number to the individuals that were coming to our website, we now have a Jack Sparrow situation. So what ended up happening was we actually had our budgets cut for social. We had our budgets cut for what we were actually producing on social. We were told to then focus all of our work, all of our actions were focused on website SEO and website and direct traffic outside of, social media, outside of online. Now, the next month, we immediately saw a drop-off. Unfortunately, the whole point was we saw an increase on social. Social interaction was up. People were going to our posts, they were going to our Facebook page, they were going to our Instagram page. Social interaction was up. But the way that people were getting to our website was searching us on Google. So now that dollar, that individual, if they purchase, is classified as an SEO person. Well, now we have a Jack situation where we're making another movie now. We're changing our strategy, and we've decided to go ahead and put Jack as the lead and get rid of Will and Elizabeth completely. The success could have been not from Jack. It may have possibly been from Will and Elizabeth. In fact, many people say that the Pirates of the Caribbean movie, the first one, was successful because it didn't focus on Jack. So we're going to cut the legs out from the thing that's driving traffic, the thing that is getting people to Google to type in and search our company, or the thing that's getting people to go to the top URL and type in our exact URL. Social is getting cut because we have to focus on SEO. It doesn't really make sense to unjustly start cutting things. All I'm saying, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying don't take focus from social and put it on SEO. If SEO is really working for you that well, by all means, continue to do whatever you need to do to adjust your spend to work the best for you. But in the same way, if you've changed something, like you started posting more on social media and you saw a return, as in you see more SEO, you see more people coming through Google, or you see more direct, try and put the pieces here together. We did more on social, we ended up getting more on these channels. So looking at a channel not as it only works this way, a linear rule. If it doesn't come from Facebook, then it's something else. Doing that can actually trick you into thinking that you're being more successful in certain areas when you're not. Another thing to note, if you're posting on social media and you see an increase in SEO, there's a reason. People are Googling your name and they're getting to your website. That does not mean that your blogs are being more successful, unless you see that people are specifically Googling your blog post and going to that blog post and then going to the website. That does not necessarily mean that your SEO people have been more successful. It could possibly mean that your social media people are being more successful. If you see an increase in direct traffic and you post more on social media, you should be able to put two and two together. Now, the unfortunate thing was I was in a larger corporation. Putting two and two together was really hard because we had so many other forms of marketing going on. We had, outbound mail, mailers and things like that. We had just regular SEO running. We had regular blog posts being published. We had, things like that. We had AdWords being run. So we had to allocate that properly. We had, multiple channels running. The unfortunate thing was we saw a really good increase from social and it got allocated to a different channel. Don't get a Jack Sparrow. Don't kill your main leads because something else looks like it may be more successful. In fact, you may want to increase both. That's all. Thank you so much for watching. I'm the owner of Bear Claw Creative. My name is Cody. You can visit our website at bearclawcreative.com. You can visit our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, and our LinkedIn page, as well as our Instagram page. They are all Bear Claw Creative as well. And I will see you next time.